Hello guys, welcome to another video with Cass on the Maizuma channel. So in this video I want to quickly talk to you guys about food sources in Forager. So your first food sources are going to be berries and citrus. Okay, so yeah, this is the only thing you're going to have to eat in the beginning of the game, but you should move on to other things as soon as you can, guys. And the reason is those things are better used as materials for crafting something else rather than eating them. If you mouse over those things, you can see that those things are going to give you a total, like berries will give you a total of 8 energy. While citrus gives you a total of 12 energy, which is 50% extra, but I would very much prefer to use those for crafting. For instance, for crafting saplings that I can deliver to this guy and complete a quest. With the berries, you can use this option. So go to build and farming and fish trap. You can build a fish trap and you can have a nice line of fish traps like I have in here. And the cool thing is to just run across this line and try to get as much stuff as possible. The fish traps are going to give you fish that you can eat, as well as sand, so you can make glass, which is going to be very important for this tutorial. As well as seaweed. So seaweed gives you 8 energy, which is the same value as a berry. But the best use for seaweeds, at least in the beginning of the game, is to do as soon as possible one of those cook pots. With a cook pot, you have access to all of those recipes. Those recipes also affect, for instance, your windmills. Like I have a windmill in here, and once I have a cook pot, I'm also able to do sugar using beets. I'm able to do mayonnaise using eggs and so on. So this is cool. But the real good thing here about the cook pots is the sushi. Let me compare this. Your second source of food is going to be fish, okay? Gives you 16 energy, which is twice as much as the berries. And once you used your berries to craft one of those fish traps, they will keep giving you food every day for free. So this is a really great deal. And fish is worth twice as much energy. If you cook the fish, which is something that you can also unlock using your skills, you're gonna have the cooked fish for 28 energy plus regeneration. I think the little heart that shows at the bottom here at the right side of the screen means it gives you 1 heart of regen. Okay, but it doesn't compare to sushi. Sushi, I have it up here. It gives you a total of 32, which is even more. And the great thing is you don't have to use coal. As you will learn, this game is very much coal hungry. It needs coal for everything, for processing all the ores, and it's a little bit expensive. And in the beginning of the game especially, if you're able to do a food that gives you a decent amount of energy, like 32 is a decent amount. I'm gonna craft just one so you guys can see how fast this gets done. It's really cool because you can use your coal for other things. The seaweed can, just to mention, can also be used to do the green pigment in here, but this is not something that you have to worry about, especially because those scrolls can be bought in the market from time to time. You can see an example right here. This is pretty good. Your next great source of food is going to be animals. So yeah, you can take basically any animal that you kill is going to drop you some meat, like chicken or sheep or even cows. But those are not really worth killing in the beginning of the game. Especially, you wanna make sure to get resources from these animals. They are more useful this way. Even the poop. Instead, you should be trying to kill the enemies. Like there is some sort of crazy bull that runs after you. I'm not able to find those right at the moment because I was basically recently spawn proofing my island, so it's kind of hard to find those guys for now. But they will also give you meat, and there's nothing else that you can do with these animals, so I will start to farm those instead. So meat gives you a total of 18 energy, and cooked meat gives you a total of 32 energy, which is awesome. Except at this point in the game, in beta, you were not able to cook meat yet, but you were able to buy those in the market, which is not that much of a great deal in my opinion. Instead, you could be, for instance, using your cook pot to do other more interesting things, like any of those recipes, in my opinion. For instance, the pizza recipe is a great recipe. It only requires bread and cheese, which are both done using your windmills. So you need to advance a little bit to do those. But if you have one slice of pizza, this gives you 64 energy, plus regeneration for 3 hearts, and it's worth a total of 50 gold. Just as a comparison, I have here a amethyst, but any of the gems has a value of 90 gold, as you can see there. So 2 slices of pizza is more expensive than those, so you can make some good money selling pizza to the market. And if you want to go with the most complex recipe, let me go back to the cookpot here. The most complex is the sandwich, requiring bread and cheese and mayo and eggs. So it requires lots of resources. You can also not have any of those resources or ingredients and just buy food straight from the market directly without having any troubles, you know. I will eat one sandwich just so you guys can see, but you can also see from this menu in here that it's worth a total of 100 energy. So I think it's the most valuable food in the game, but still I don't think those beat the sushi. The sushi is something that you're going to be able to feed on for a long time in the game. They're not worth a lot of money, but the fact that you don't need coal to do those, and you get rid of seaweed, which frees up inventory space for you, and it's much better than eat raw fish. I think sushi is one of the best options in the entire game. We can now discuss some alternative ways of getting energy and hearts in this game. So fairies are a great way of getting energy in this game. So yeah, it's easy to find them in here. Yeah, there's a little icon. This E icon appears in here. If I click on it, I will interact with the fairy and basically consume it. And once I do, it will give me full energy and also regenerate me fully. Alternatively, I can use a glass bottle and I can click on the little E and I can capture the fairy. And the advantage of doing that is I can basically store the fairy and use it whenever I want. So I can capture another one in here. And as you can see, I have a total of 565 bottles down there. You can see my hotbar. And the amazing thing is, if I now select the bottle with a fairy, if I click on it, I will consume the fairy, but I will get the bottom back. So this is pretty cool. I can get my bottles back. So this is a renewable source of fairies. So the good thing to do with this is to go to your skills and just make sure that you have this. Allows you to find fairies. All you need to do is to invest 1 skill point on this, and you're going to be able to do it by yourself. The other thing that you need to invest, just in case I forgot to mention, is the cooking. So unlock cook pots and sugar and mayo and cheese. So this is the second thing that you could spend 1 skill point on in order to have. And finally, something that not a lot of people might be aware, but you can milk the cows by using those glasses or those bottles. I can continuously milk cows, and those are going to stack in my inventory. So as you can see, I have a total of 8 in here. But as you can see, those are also worth 16 energy, which is the same as raw fish. But the cool thing here is that anytime I want energy, I can just click on those bottles. You can watch my hunger bar in here. It will give me energy, but it will also give me my glass bottom back, which means that this is a infinite source of food that you can get for free and keep with you at any time. So there you go, guys. Some pretty cool options for you to get food at any time. Those are very much worth keeping with you, having in mind for your strategy in the game, guys. Good luck. If you want to see more videos, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to like this video, and see you next time.